Hi, this is Stephen Brower from Art Valley Community College. This is meant to be an overview of Stallings Chapter 1 for CSIT 256, Computer Architecture and Assembly Language. One of the first things introduced in this chapter will be the difference between computer architecture and computer organization. Architecture are the components of the computer that have an effect on the programmer. When we were using Java, we may not necessarily have been aware of some of these things because the high-level language shielded us from some of those things. But in a lower level language like assembly, we're not going to be as shielded. As I go through the assembly, you'll see, I will relate it to Java. Another thing tackled in this chapter is an overview of computer function and computer structure. So function at a high level, the main functions of the computer, data processing, data storage, data movement, and control. And then the structure of the computer. So at a high level, the CPU, main memory, I/O, and system interconnections. I'm sorry for those beeps. We'll take a peek at what's inside the CPU in this chapter, and then in some latter chapters, we'll go into more detail on it. So as an overview chapter, there's a lot that's kind of thrown out. One of the things that's introduced is the idea of the core and how there can be multiple cores. That'll be introduced here. The history of computers will be introduced from a function and technology point of view. But a key thing is that the very first generation of computer, the IAS, which was the first one, which we'll look at the construction of that actual computer, was the first one to introduce the stored program concept. And that stored program concept, where there's a single memory that contains both the data and the instructions, that still is true today. So even if you have an iPhone, an iPad, your laptop, latter computers now still have that stored program concept. And the last thing we'll look at is the computer family. And so a family of computers was introduced a long time ago. IBM introduced the first family of computers, and that's through the family of computers. There's similar instruction sets, similar operating systems, and then the idea is you can get at the ground level of the computer family, the base computer, and then you can upgrade over time. And as you upgrade, the latter or the more advanced computers within the family will be faster, more ports, larger memory size, and will cost more money. And to do a modern sort of correlation, if you look at Apple, iPhone, iPad, all the different computers that they have, the iOS is a similar a similar operating system that is used across these family of computers. That's enough for an overview.